Good evening, those in Singapore, Asia. Happy Tuesday night. This is Stella Ho. And for those of you in the USA, good morning to you. It is like probably 9:30 in the morning in the US. So if you guys are watching on live, just say hi. Yeah, this is saying hello to you from any parts of the world. And if you are watching it on replay, hashtag replay. Let me know you're part of this live. And today's topic, I want to cover this topic because it's very close to me, and this is what I really is a strong belief in me, and I really want to cover this because, yeah, I know many of you will be interested. The topic today is the power of mind. And why do you want to cover this topic today? Because I want, like you guys, want to be in control of my own mind. And do you agree with me? Anyone here? Do you agree that you want to be in control of your own mind somehow? Hi, good evening, Facebook user. If you want to join me on this StreamYard, you can actually go to streamyard.com/Facebook. Then I can see your name instead of Facebook user. Good evening. Yeah, happy to see you. Yes. I just asked a question. Do you want to be in control of your mind? The question is, how many of you feel that you are in control of your mind? Say yes if you feel you're in control of your mind. Say no if you're not. Okay. And why so? Because first thing first, we want to acknowledge where we are in terms of this, the power of mind. How many of you feel that you can control your mind? Yeah, that's the second question. And if you feel you can control your mind, same thing, say yes. And if you think you can't, say no. So I'm going to actually go through the different steps and processes that you could potentially be more mindful and control your own mind in a way that it will support you in your business. So Facebook users say cannot, no to controlling your mind, no to not be able to control your mind, or you have no ability to control your mind. Yeah, either or. Okay. So why did I really ponder on this topic? I'm a human like all of you, right? So I do have my ups and downs like any one of you. So as most of you know, if you are in my Facebook Live every Tuesday, you know that I've gone on a holiday, a pretty long break for more than 10 days. And when you return back to work as entrepreneurs, what happened when you come back to work? Your work pile up? Maybe. Or maybe it doesn't pile because there was no work done. There wasn't piled up at all. And chances are it is not as easy after you take a break from your work, or maybe you suffered from a sickness and you had to recover. And when you return back to work, chances are you might find it harder to kickstart your work, to start working, to even want to touch your business, do the steps you want to, unless you already have things planned out. If you have left things as it is and take a break, due to certain situations or by choice or holiday, when you return to work, how many of you agree that you will procrastinate to kickstart your process, especially when you take a long holiday? I'm speaking from my personal. I actually, when I returned back from these 2 weeks of holiday, I fell sick at the instant I reached Singapore. And of course, I took time to rest. In the past, I will start working as soon as I arrived in Singapore. I'll start to work. However, this time around, I took time to rest. And I also decided that the weekend I'll just take a break. Why so? Because when I had COVID a couple of months ago, I realized that the body really needs to rest. If you overdrive it, sometimes it will just break down. And chances is if I don't give myself time to rest, I might not recover faster and I will just drag a longer duration. So this is what I made a choice. It is a choice. You have a choice that is controlling what you want to do, and you have a choice to control how your mind feels. Chances is you're going to be uncomfortable that you took a break. For me, I do. I feel uncomfortable that, hey, I'm procrastinating, I'm not working, I'm giving myself excuses, not working on my work. And there's guilt. Guilt will surface, fears of not completing your work. Of course, this is not so relevant if you're working, because the reason why most people, if they work, they are able to kickstart their work is because you have to report back to work. You have to appear in office. But if you are working, is it true that the first day of work you will be at 100%? Or you may just need time to drive in first, slowly turn on your engine and start working on the work. Or you'll be sharing your holidays, enjoyment, and things like that. So this is what has happened for me over the weekend and when I return to work. And also, I believe this happens to any one of you. If you take a long holiday or a long break due to health issues whatsoever, or personal reasons, family, things like that. So, how do you then work on the power of mind? The question is then, how do we want to help our mind to work in our direction? The subconscious mind actually works 90 to 9, it actually controls about 90 to 95% of what we do in life. The conscious mind only take a very small percentage, 5 to 10%, depending on each individual. So we want to actually work towards having the ability to manage the mind, to control the mind, so that you are able to take care of the mind and you have power of the mind. And this is a process that I've shared in some of my programs before, and how to train your mind over a period of time to be able to be in control of fears, to be in control of your struggles, to be in control of your challenge, and transform the thoughts such that only the good things will happen and you can manifest your dreams. And I was just sharing over my coaching group with my coaching students just now before we ended the class that I always have the strong belief that I can control my mind. Yeah, to a very big extent. Not 100%, but to a very big extent. By doing the things that supports me to be able to control my mind. So let me just dissect a few things that you want to consider. Just take a paper and pen and jot this down, because this is going to serve you if you frequently procrastinate, you frequently doubt yourself, and you frequently just don't know whether things are working for you. You are able to control. And in fact, because of the decision to shift my mind from over the weekend to today, the second day of work, I was able to transition to take control of my mind. This is the step-by-step process, okay? So bear with me, I'm going to take a while to explain this. Okay, first thing first, like I said, be conscious of what you put in your mind. So when I return to work, I know I will start have to have guilt. I haven't done this, I have this not done, and I have to do my planning, and I started to beat myself up to say, hey, I'm guilty of not doing this and that. This is what you're putting in your mind. However, I decided to put a stop. I said, okay, I will rest. I'll find my energy. So I decided that day one, which was yesterday, first day of work, I will do what I need to do to first take care of my body, because I was in a slight pain due to a hand nerve issue. Take care of the pain because that disturbed my mind. And I will do a few things progressively. So it's about progressing each thing at a pace that you can cope with. So just be very mindful of what you put in your mind. Guilt, fears, all these negative self-thought and self-talk, and this constant beating up yourself. Yeah. So be mindful of what you put in. So instead of putting all these fears, oh, I've not done this, I have this coming up, and I am not able to complete this, all the guilt that you built in yourself, shift that to actually self-talk yourself with positive words to say it's okay to pick up your speed over a period of time. So start with the first day with a little bit of work to warm yourself up. So let's be practical. When you come back from a holidays, you come back from a break, it is not easy to kickstart the engine. So perhaps just do 2 or 3 tasks for the first day and add on the task day by prioritizing what's important for the day. And constantly celebrate that, okay, you have done this, tomorrow we will do this. So be very mindful of what you put into your thoughts here, your mind, your head. Yeah. Number 2, work on desire. Okay. When I say plan what you need to do, plan what is work on your desire first. Because chances is, if that is not your main desire, you're going to push it back and you're going to give yourself lots of excuses. And so by prioritizing your task, put the one that is high desire for you to achieve certain results, number 1 first. So you look at all your tasks required, and even in everyday life, let's not just talk about holidays and taking break. Even when you work on something, you want to set your desire. Set your desire so that you can have the mind power to work towards your results. So it is important to really focus on what is your desire and outcome of doing certain things. So when you focus on the desire, you actually forget on the process, the time duration, and the challenge in some people's mind of working on something. So when you want a certain result, you will have to work towards the result. So have the number 3, have the resources. So have the right knowledge, collect knowledge. I know some people say, hey, knowledge, I collect so much, but I don't use it. First thing first, you must have the capacity to learn, to collect the information, to learn from different resources. In fact, one of the important things is to be open to learn. And open to learn means learning beyond what you know, beyond your industry. Some people say, I'm only in this industry, I stay in this focus, I will only learn all these things that is relevant in this industry. So I only learn this scope of work. However, if you are willing to open up your knowledge base and go beyond that and learn from other information, you realize that sometimes those new information can change how you do things. I'm going to actually go step by step because it's totally relevant. Yes, learn beyond the industry. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, and helping me with all this in this. Because when you learn beyond your industry, you will be able to see a different perspective of how things are done. Chances is if you follow the same industry, you'll follow the same way of doing things for the last 10, 20, 30 years. However, if you open your scope to go beyond your industry, you're able to see your own growth, and you're also able to see that perhaps you have a hidden talent somewhere. And that hidden talent could be your zone of genius that you can develop on yourself. And number 5, be open to change. We are in a space of change. Every day things are changing. The pandemic changes so many things. Now back to norm? No, not really back to norm. Many things also have changed. So when we have the mindset of open to change, that allows us to absorb the changes and be flexible to adapt. So this ability to learn to be flexible to adapt is only when you're open to change. If you're not willing to be open to change, you'll resist the change, and then you will not be flexible to adapt to situations. And number 6, you want to be creative. And creative, just as I mentioned, right? If you open yourself to beyond your industry, you will be exposed to a new world that is beyond you. Then that's how you develop on creativity of doing things. Maybe this is not the way that you do things in the past, but because of this exposure, it allows you that space of expansion to look at things differently and to expand your creativity for success. And creativity to success also will open up your space, because we're no longer just looking at, oh, okay, I need to do things this way. However, because you are willing to adapt and use a new method, you could potentially build your success in a different area of work. And importantly, I want to say this is that many people like to influence people for the good intention. They actually want to share the intention of helping you. However, sometimes having that intention of helping may actually hinder your own process. I would say, hey, yeah, thanks Facebook user, creative. Yeah, on doing things, expand creativity to success. And when you allow somebody else to influence you, number one, look at one, has this person done it before? This is my baseline these days when I evaluate if I let the person influence me. I do not allow anyone to influence me. I only listen to my mentor. I only believe in mentors. And when I choose a mentor, I follow my mentors. And I do not let someone else who has not done what my mentor has done to influence my thoughts. So don't let anyone influence your thoughts, because one first question you ask yourself is, has this person done what you've done or what you're doing? If he has or she has, chances is you can listen to the person. If he hasn't, then pause. Allow the person to speak. You don't have to be rude. You just allow the person to speak. You can choose to disagree and just not let it influence you. Some people go into this negativity mindset is because they hear different voices, they hear different opinions, and then they start to self-doubt. They start to create these negative self-thoughts within themselves. Hey, this person say this, and maybe I'm not like that, and I should be doing this and that. So you are allowing somebody else who has not done it to influence you. So listen to your mentor, listen to someone who has done it. If you really you have no one to listen to, do your research to make sure that you have enough information to take this person's opinion. So listen to the person who has already done it. That's my suggestions to you. Number 8, be around with people who are positive. Important. Be around people who are positive. If someone who is naturally negative, high critic, highly analytical, they are going to look at the flip side of things, the worst case situation. I am a natural optimist from a young girl. Let me share with you a story as a young girl. When I was in primary school, there was one day I lost my wallet. So I lost my pass for taking the bus. I lost my money in the wallet. Later on, I found the wallet with no money. So I can't figure out right now, but I found I borrowed a 10 cents coin to call my mother. I called home and I told my Mom, I lost my wallet. I lost everything. So I have no money to eat for recess. Then she was like, oh, why didn't you look after your wallet? Why you should have taken care of your things, and now you're suffering and da 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 da. I mean, she comes with intention, she cares for me, she loves me, and she's like, oh no, this girl is going to suffer, she has no food and things like that. And I was laughing in the phone. I was telling Mom that, hey Mom, looks like somebody else needs this more. So I would have helped someone who needed the money. He needed my bus pass to take a bus. So I would have helped someone indirectly. So Mom was like, oh gosh, how could you, have that kind of mindset? But that was my mindset as a child then, that somebody else's needed it more. So by giving it away, I would have helped someone else. And the universe will help me. And frankly speaking, as a child, this is like, is now that I look back and I look at this, the old child in me, the previous child, I'm like, hey, this girl is really an optimist, and the mindset of it's okay, the universe will give you back something in return. And that's how it keeps my life going in a very positive manner, because I was able to control my mind not to look at things on the negative view. So number 9, and of course, surrounding that's why it's quite important. You surround with people with positive mindset who doesn't talk you down, who doesn't discourage you, so you can keep on going. So number 9, I like you to focus on speaking of your success in the present. Commonly, people like to talk about their past, how bad the past was, how challenging things was, and how it didn't happen for them. I'd like you to focus on speaking of your success in the present, the current present. Oh, I was able to, like, I was away, I took a break. However, I was lethargic and I was able to at least do some of my scheduling for my Facebook yesterday on the first day of work and start progressing a little bit. And it was great because I was able to do some work bit by bit. And even this small little celebration of success does keep your mind going on to say, hey, tomorrow I'll do the next thing. And then I will focus on the second, third, and fourth task. So speak of the success in the present. Like if you're doing well in your space right now, share the success. Don't be shy to share your success. You should be celebrating you. You should be proud of you. You should be telling everyone how great you are. It is not about boasting about you. It is not about, you know, people say, I should, as Asians, especially Asians, they don't like to talk good about themselves. This is something that Asians should change. You should be constantly saying how well you have been doing in your job and how well you have grown from a previous person to now. So speak of your success in the present. Okay, don't talk about the past. Past is over. Whether it's a past success or the past success will have brought you to your current success. Of course, you can use that to leverage and talk about current success. However, if it is you have to go through failures to come to your success, you can use it positively if you want to talk about it. However, you should be celebrating your current success. So number 10, yeah, yes, thank you so much for putting this out for the people out there. Yeah, don't let someone influence your thoughts if he didn't done it. And number 10, find your resistance. Okay. Find your resistance means, for example, if you are somebody who procrastinate on doing something, say you don't like to do funnels, let's say designing of funnels, and that is your resistance point, you want to write it down that is your resistance. Why? Because you're afraid of the tag. Write that down. Find where is your resistance point. Or you don't like to draw. You don't like to design. You don't like to plan. Perhaps you don't like to go on Facebook Live. Write down all your resistance points and work on the resistance, because the only way you can control your mind is by working on you. So if you can break through that resistance, you're able to control your mind on the specific matter. So I would suggest number 10, which is very, very important, is to write down all your resistance on your life, on your business, on how you look at things. And once you actually dissect you will be able to manage your mind in a stronger way. Okay, this is the 10-step process to actually hack your own mind. However, I also cover 3 other steps. One of it that is before, or in terms of the process itself, it is also about purifying your mind. Okay, when I say about purifying your mind, it's like when you have a dirty cup and you have this dirty cup and you don't wash the cup. No matter how much clean water you put into the cup, it's going to be dirty. So in order to purify this glass of water, which is your mind, that's why you need to work on the 10 steps. When you are aware of these 10 steps and you focus on the 10 steps, you will be able to first not let external factors affect you, because the external factors are always there, the noise, the opinions, the influence, and internally, your own self-talk, your negativity, your own judgment of yourself. Many a times you are judged by yourself, yeah? And then you actually stop yourself from going forward. So these two are the external, internal areas that you want to work on you to purify. And then we stack on the process of controlling how we can make it better every day. So the controlling and make it every day better, it is the process of deciding, choosing what you put in you. Okay, once you remove You just filter off. Then you want to work on how do you actually allow the things to come into you. So positive information, you can listen to music, change your vibration. That's one. You can actually also listen to YouTube channels, positive quotes. That's why we have intention setting on the internal to make sure your internal state is always on the up state. And you work on external, internal, and manifest. Manifestation is a habit. It is not because the universe specially treat this person better. It is actually a habit. There is a process. There is a step-by-step process to learn to manifest. And it can happen overnight for some people. It can happen over a period of time for some people. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, don't let someone influence you. Be around with positive people. Talk more on success story. Present success story. Talk more on your present success story. Every day there's always a success. So you want to talk on your present success story regularly so that you are acknowledging yourself for your progress every day. Write down all the resistance. Are you resistant on? Because what you resist will make you procrastinate. And procrastination is just a result. It's just an outcome of your actions. So if you know what you resist on and you work on what you resist on, you will not procrastinate. So if you don't like tech, for example, delegate it out. If you don't like tech, you can learn something simple or ask someone to help you alongside so that it makes it easier for you. So you're working on the resistance. And once you cross your resistance, you realize that nothing is impossible. So once you purify all the negative stuff, the external, internal, and you work on infusing the good things and having a habit of stacking it up, the positivity, that is the secret to manifestation. Some of you know that I actually teach the process of manifestation in the fear to power process. Actually, a big part of the fear to power process, the final outcome is actually manifesting your dreams. So I have also considered changing the title. It is not really fear to power. It is being able to manifest your dreams once you are in control of your fears and your mind. So the manifestation process is the outcome, the result of this entire fear to power process. So for some of you may still say, hey, I am stuck in my own way. I have some challenges that I have. I have money blocks. I have some challenges. I struggles, And I would suggest if you are one of those, I would love to open up this breakthrough call with you. It's no sales pitch. I'm just here to be a listening ear to support you, to help you with the breakthrough. And you can actually click into this link and join me for a breakthrough session. It's for 2 hours. It's 2 hours of my time, my precious time. And I'm going to help you in your breakthrough. I promise you no sales during these breakthrough sessions. And I love that you guys are here with me. Thank you for hopping in. And I would love to have you guys with me every week. And as we progress further on the manifestations of your dreams and monetizing your results. And for those of you who want to monetize your result at a faster pace, I'm going to run this Fast Track to Monetize workshop again next week from 9 to 11 of July for the Asia market. For those of you in the US, it's 8 to 10 of July in the evening. So this is a 3 days implementation workshop. You'll go away with step-by-step process on how to implement for your business. And you also receive the tech knowledge to set up your basic tech for a business process. It's for those who are entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants who wants a simple setup for yourself, for your business, will have a small team and you are looking to grow. And it is a very simple 3 days workshop and you can actually learn to monetize through the 3 days event. And after that, we also have post-implementation. So you just have to click on the link, Fast Track to Monetize, and you can join us for the 3 days program. last week, the last round of the fast track to monetize, we have people who just step in for free, who has already set up their business, and some they have built up their funnels. They are able to kickstart their whole business process quite easily, and it is we make it very simple for you to learn. So for those of you who want to at least learn how to fast track to monetize your business, hop in here, and I'm sure you have your own business quickly built up in 3 days. Yeah, I believe if you are part of the process and you're willing to do the work, you can do that very, very easily. So appreciate you guys for hopping in, and I will see you next week again. Any questions you may ask regarding Fast Track to Monetize or the Breakthrough course, you can put in the comments and ask anything that you want to know about the process of manifestation. Yeah, I'll cover those in the subsequent live. I am someone who focuses on manifestation, and in fact, like any of you, I also have my own self-doubt at times, right? It's normal, it's human. I took my break, and then when I come back to work, it's natural that I will hold back and say, hey, am have I taken too long a break, and then I'm so short of doing my stuff. And then somehow some things just work because of the manifestation process. People booked in my process because I had something that was already automated at the back end. So you want to learn how to automate some of this process so that you can be having your holidays, and you will just enjoy the whole process. So I see you guys next week, and enjoy the week ahead of you.